Hello students. So in the previous classes we were discussing about that how an object can show more than a two type of a motion simultaneously. For example, movement of that of the earth. So earth it moves around its own axis and that kind of a motion is a rotational motion. As well as it also moves around that of the sun and that kind of a motion is a periodic motion. You can take an example of a car. If a car is moving on a road, that kind of a motion is the rectilinear motion, while the wheels of the car shows the rotational motion. So two motions is shown by that of the object simultaneously. Later on, we also study about the history of the transport. And finally, we came to know about the different measurement unit, including that of the ancient measurement of the unit. Now, in today, we will talk about the standard unit, SI unit, and why there is a need of a standard unit. So now if we talk about the SI unit for measurement, so before that, when we were talking about the hand span or that of the foot span, why this is rejected, we can understand with the help of an activity. So in the activity, or to show that activity of the measurement of the length by using hand span method, we can do one thing, we can use a table and measure the length of the one side of a table using our hand span like this. Okay, and then you will ask to your different friends, your three or four of your friends, to measure the length of the same side of the table using their hand span. Okay, so at first you will measure this table by using the your hand span, and after that your three of your friends will do the same with their hand span. Okay, and they will measure the same length, or we can say the same side of that table. Okay, so they will measure the length of a same side using their hand span. Okay, then what is the observation we get after this activity is that the measurement it varies. It means the your measurement will differ from those of your friend. Okay, so whatever measurement you had taken with your hand span is totally different from the measurement done by your friends. Okay, so what does that conclude? You can see here, use your hand span to measure the length of your desk. What result did you get? Do you think that there is a need for a standardized measurement? Yes, because the measurement which is done by you and your friends, or your three of your friends, it is totally different from each other. Okay, and it is due to the different hand span of each person. So the conclusion that we get from this activity is that hand span, it is not a consistent method to measure length. Okay, as the size of the hand span differ from person to person. Okay, so since the hand span it varies from one person to other person, we should not continue with this, and we can say that this is a non relevant, or this is not a consistent that we can use further. Okay, so we discussed that we will use the SI unit because the persons of a different country, they are using the different units, and that's why the scientists they develop a SI system. So when we talk about the SI unit, students, SI unit for measurement, or SI unit is what we can say it that it is a international system of unit. Okay, so basically this SI unit it were adopted in 1960. Okay, so it was adopted in 1960. Now this system it is known as a international system of unit. Okay, And why it is known as an international system of a unit? Because it is not developed for a particular country, but internationally we can use. That's why we can say that it is a kind of a standard unit. Okay, so SI unit is known as that of a international system of unit. Although the name is given is SI, but the actual name is international system of unit. Okay, so this is also known as international system of unit. Now the SI unit, it have now been accepted by most of the countries. Okay, so we can say that a standard unit is what is a SI unit. Okay, and a standard unit is a measure which has a fixed value. Okay, that's why we say that it is a standard one. Why is it so? Because it does not vary from person to person or from place to place. Okay, because the different people, different countries, they were using their own unit. So a standard unit be such that it does not vary from person to person. So it must have a fixed value. Okay, so its name is standard unit. Now when we talk about the SI unit, so there are some of the quantities. There are some measurement of a common quantities, and that is length, mass, time, and that of the temperature. So these are the SI units for the measurement of a common quantities. So if you see here, length, it is represented by small l, and the basic SI unit that we used for length, that is meter. Okay, and meter is in abbreviated form, we write it a small m. Like suppose if we are writing here 5 meter, so instead of writing this whole meter, we can write it 5m. So this small m, it tells about that it is a meter only. So length is represented by small l and meter is m. So you see students that the length we can measure in a centimeter also. You know that we can measure in a millimeter also. So lot of values are there, lot of measuring values are there, but the standard unit to measure the length of a particular distance, that we measure by the meter. We use the term, the unit that we use, that is a meter, which is written in an abbreviated form, that is small m. When we talk about the mass, the symbol for the mass is also small m. Here it is for length. Okay, it is the unit of the length which is represented by small m. Mass is represented by small m. Now mass is having the basic unit or the SI unit, that is kilogram, and this kilogram is represented in the form of kg. Abbreviated form of the kilogram is k small g, kg. Okay, then comes the time. So to measure time, all you know, the minute is there, and hour is there, and second is there. Basically we represent time by small t, and the unit, SI unit of time is second. Okay, so we represent it by second, which is abbreviated form of the second is small s. If we see the temperature, so temperature is represented by capital T. Okay, time is represented by small t, but temperature is represented by capital T. And temperature, the standard unit to measure the temperature is Kelvin. So Kelvin, and this we will study later, but right now we understand that Kelvin is the standard unit for measuring the temperature. We represent Kelvin by capital K. Okay, so these unit, they are very important while measuring any of the object. If whether you are measuring the mass or the length or the time or temperature, we always write the unit with it. Okay, so writing the unit is very important, and better to write the unit in their abbreviated form. Okay, if you are measuring a particular distance, and then you will measure it, or you will write it in the meter unit, kilogram, second, Kelvin. These all are the unit must be there while measuring anything. Okay. Now the question is that what is the use of this SI unit? Why SI unit is important? So you see, student, SI unit is the standard unit. So SI unit, it is preferred over the other unit. Why it is used over the other unit? Because of some of the reason. That is, if you see the first one, that it is accepted universally. Okay, so whether from any one country or from the different country, all the people, they use the one standard unit, and that is the SI unit. So we can say that most of the country, they adopted this unit, they are using this unit, and these unit do not vary, and that's why we can say that it is accepted universally. Second one, conversion of the unit is easy. Whatever the SI unit it has been taken, it is very easy to convert them from one unit to the another unit, and that is why SI unit is preferred over the another unit. If you see the third one, students, units are standard and they do not change with the time or that of the place also. So unit, I told you that it is accepted universally. It means that all the people, they are using this SI unit, and the reason, this important reason of using this SI unit, that the unit, it do not vary with the time or with the place. Okay, it does not vary from the person to person. So this unit, we can say it is a standard unit. And why it is a standard? Because it is remain fixed, it does not vary, it does not changes. Okay, so we can say that units are standard and they do not changes with time and places. Now the next one, the system of a multiple and sub-multiple unit are defined for the large and the small measurement. Now see, if suppose you are going to measure a small length, okay, or if you are measuring a good length or a bigger length, or if you are measuring a small quantity of a water, or if you are measuring a larger quantity of a water, so every time you see that there is a small quantity is there, a small measurement is there, and a large measurement is also there. So this SI unit system not only explains about that there is a fixed value, but it also explain about this, the in which situation which unit we have to use. So this system of a multiple as well as of the sub-multiple unit, they define about the large and that of the small measurement too. So it decided that whether we have to use here a centimeter or we have to use here a kilometer. So basically this SI system is for the large quantity or for the large measurement as well as for the small measurement. So these are the different ways, or we can say the different reasons by which we can say that SI unit is preferred over the other unit. First one, it is accepted universally. Second, conversion of the unit is easy. Third, units are standard and they do not change with time and place. Next, the system of a multiple and sub-multiple unit are defined for the large and the small measurement. Okay, now if you see that this SI unit, where it is maintained in India, so there is a laboratory, and that laboratory, we use the term for it is a NPL. NPL is what? It is a National Physical laboratory. Okay, so the National Physical Laboratory, NPL, it is in New Delhi, and this is responsible for maintaining the standards unit in India. Okay, so this is responsible for the maintaining the units in India. Now we will understand that how we can measure the different quantities, starting with that of the measurement of length. So when we talk about the measurement of length, first of all we should understand the term length. What is the meaning of the length? So length is what? We can define length as the extent from one end of the object to the other end. If suppose this is A, this is B, so the length is what? That one end of A to the another end of that of the B define the length. Now width and the height of an object is also an example of the length. Like if suppose you're saying that this is the height of any of the object, so how will you measure it? That is from one point to the tip of the point. This whole, when we join together, this total distance, it defines the length, or we can say defines the height of the object. So it is also a kind of a length only, or is an example of the length only. Not only this, if suppose you see the width, students, so width, if suppose this is the width of anything, so from width if we want to calculate, then from this point to this point, if we are able to measure the length between them, then we are measured to tell the width of that particular object. So length is what? It is an extent from one end of an object to the other end. As well as the width and the height of the object is also a kind or also an example of the length. Now when we talk about the length, there is another term, and that is distance. Whenever we say that we have to cover this much length, means we have to go from one point to the another point, we always use the term that is the length of that particular area, particular place. Now basically the term frequently we use is the distance. So distance is what? It is another term which is related to that of the length. So distance, it is related to that of the length. Now length between the 2 points, that is from here to here, length between 2 points far away from each other, we use the term for it, that is distance. If suppose we say that we have to go from A to that of the B, so generally we can say that that this is the length of that A or B. So these are the 2 points, that is A and that of the B is there. Okay, and the length between that of the point A to that of the point B is 10 meter. So we can say that the length between these 2 points is 10 meters. So we can say the distance between them is 10 meter. So length between 2 points far away from each other, we usually use the term for it, that is distance. Now right now we studied that distance we used to write it, or we used to measure with the help of a SI unit, that is meter, or we can say the SI unit of the length is meter. Okay, and the symbol that we use for it, that is small m. Now there are different kind of a length also. So there are some object which is having the large length, or which length is large, and some of the small lengths are also there. So first of all, if we see the small length, so to measure the small length, like that of the length of a pencil or length of an eraser, so we use a smaller unit of the length. Okay, and that smaller unit of a length is basically we are having a two common sub-multiple unit of meter. Okay, and that two common sub-multiple unit of meter are centimeter and millimeter. Okay, centimeter, it is represented by cm, and millimeter, it is represented by mm. Now if we talk about that of the centimeter and that of the millimeter, so you can see here that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. Okay, 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. If we talk about, likewise, we can understand for the millimeter also, that is 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeter. Okay, so 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter, 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeter, and 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. So by this values, we are able to convert the one unit to the another unit. So these two are 1 millimeter and that of the centimeter. Both are the two common sub-multiple unit of the meter. Okay. So this is basically for the short marks in between that between the 2 points, or if we are going to measure the small length. But when we have to see that of the long marks, or when we have to measure the longer length, like the distance between your home and a school, okay, or your distance between of your home to your grandmother's home. So these are what the longer length. Okay, so distance between the home and the school or the other distance, we consider them as a longer length. And for longer length, we do not use a meter only, but again there is a multiple unit of a meter which we represent it by kilometer. Okay, so kilometer is represented in an abbreviated form by km. Okay, so this 1 km, 1 kilometer, that is equals to the 1000 meter. Okay, so if you want to convert the meter into kilometer, that will be if you want to convert the kilometer into meter, then it will be very easy, that we will multiply it with 1000 and we will get the value of the meter. So here we understand the three things, that is the submultiple and that of the multiple. Okay, when we talk about the multiple unit and the submultiple, don't get confused. The unit which are larger than that of the standard unit. What is the standard unit of the length? That is meter. Okay, so the unit which are larger than that of the standard unit, we called it a multiple unit, because it means the 1 meter is smaller than that of the 1 kilometer. Okay, so that is a multiple unit because that is a larger than that of the standard unit. Okay, like that of the kilometer. Now the submultiple unit is what? The unit which is smaller than that of the standard unit. Okay, so one is a smaller like that of the centimeter or millimeter. So it means the centimeter value and that of the millimeter value is smaller than that of a 1 meter. Okay, so this we use the term for it, that is a submultiple unit. So one is multiple unit, the another one is submultiple unit. So we have seen that one meter is equals to 100 centimeter, 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeter, 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter, and 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. So these are the different units, and by this we are able to convert the one unit of the length to the another, depend upon the situations. Okay, so we will understand with the help of a different examples also. When we do the numericals, then we will understand the concept very clearly. So you can see here that this is a numerical on the basis of the measurement of the length. So here arrange the following in increasing order. 1 is given, that is 1 kilometer, then 5 centimeter and 10 millimeter is there. So as you can see here, if you see the numbers, that is 1 is 10, 1 is 5 and 1 is 1 only, then it seems that this is the smaller one and this one is the larger unit. But when you see the unit, then you will come to know that the millimeter, because millimeter is what? It is a sub multiple unit. It means it is smaller than that of the standard unit. Okay, and we know that 1 millimeter, 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeter. So this is a 10 millimeter is there only. Here it is 5 centimeter and 1 kilometer is there. So millimeter is greater than that of the centimeter, than that of the kilometer. Okay, so we can say that the millimeter is greater than centimeter than that of the kilometer. Now we can understand it by. So now we are knowing that 1 millimeter is equals to 1000 millimeter. 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeter, and opposite of that is 1 millimeter is equals to 1 by 1000 meter. So if we convert that of the 10 millimeter into that of the meter, then how can we convert it? 10 millimeter is now equals to 10 by 1000 meter, because right now we discussed that 1 millimeter is equals to 1 by 1000 meter. So 10 millimeter will be equals to 10 by 1000 millimeter meter. That will be meter only. Okay, so it will be this, and this 0 will cut and we will get 1 by 100, or we can simplify and write it by writing here, that is 10 millimeter is equals to 0.01 meter. Okay, so 10 millimeter is equals to 0.01 meter. Now again, if suppose we want to convert the 5 centimeter into that of the meter, so we know that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. Opposite to that, that is 1 centimeter is equals to 1 by 100 meter. So for 5 centimeter, it will be equals to 5 by 100 centimeter. Okay, so that will also equals to 5 centimeters is equals to 0.05 meter. Okay, so 10 millimeter is 0.01 meter, 5 centimeter is 0.05 meter. So you can see here in both the cases the answer came in decimal. Okay, but if we see that of the first one, and that is 1 kilometer, so we know that 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. So by this we come to the conclusion, that is the kilometer, since it is a higher unit, it is a multiple unit, so it is having a more value. So we will since we have to write in increasing order, so we will start with writing the smaller one. Okay, so 10 millimeter, the value is equals to 0.01 meter. Okay, so which is smaller than that of the other. So at first we will write here 10 millimeter. Then 5 centimeter, that will be equals to 0.05 meter. Okay, which is greater than that of 10 millimeter but lesser than that of 1 kilometer. So we will write here 5 centimeter, and later on kilometer because it is a higher quantity than that of the atom. Okay. There is another question which is very much similar with this, that is, we have to arrange them in the decreasing order. It is just opposite to that. Decreasing, it means the larger unit will come first, then the smaller, larger to smaller. Okay, so you see here 1 kilometer is there, 1 millimeter is there, 1 centimeter is there, and 1 meter is there. I think it is very easy to understand it. If suppose we will convert all of them into meter only, or you will see it only, because here 1, the value is not, the value of all the unit is 1 only. So we will see that which unit is the bigger one. So we know that the kilometer, it is what? It is a multiple unit. It means it is more, it is having more value than that of the standard unit. Okay, so basically we use kilometer for measuring the long or large length object. Okay, large length, large distance, we use the term, we use the unit for it, that is kilometer. Okay, so the kilometer is the larger unit, so we will write first the kilometer. Then you know that the meter is what? It is the standard unit. Okay, so then after kilometer, meter, so we will write here meter. Then we know that the centimeter and millimeter both are the sub multiples of the standard unit. Okay, so these are the sub multiple. It means shorter, smaller unit than that of the standard unit. So centimeter and millimeter will come after meter. Now the question is that which will come first, whether it is centimeter or that of the millimeter. So out of these, the centimeter and millimeter, 1 centimeter, student, we know that 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. So you can understand that 1 centimeter is a larger unit than that of the millimeter. Okay, so 1 centimeter, that is equals to 10 millimeter. Okay, so that's why the centimeter will be larger than that of the millimeter. So centimeter will come first, and then at last the millimeter will come. Okay, so here by seeing the unit itself, 1 kilometer, it is a multiple unit larger than that of the standard unit. So it will come first. Then meter, it is the standard unit. So we will write here meter. Then centimeter, because centimeter is larger, although centimeter and millimeter both are sub multiple, but centimeter is larger as compared to that of the millimeter. So we will write here centimeter, and finally that of the millimeter. Okay, so by this we can arrange them in the decreasing order. Okay.